Ashtavakra Gita, Chapter 1, Verse 20. Just as the all-pervading space is both inside and outside the pot, so also the eternal and all-pervading consciousness is immanent in all beings and objects. The sage is telling us about the limitations that we bound ourselves with our mere illusions. With the example of the pot, the sage is saying that the boundary of the pot might seem like it is only within a certain measurement or limitation. But for the entire space, there is no condition like pot or measurement, as the pot also is part of this entirety. By giving this example, the sage is saying that the outside and within, that is the body through which we see, experience, feel, and the truth, the self, is one. Let's try to understand this in depth. The world is the image of the mind. And the illusion here is, the mind is like a customer and it gets satisfied with the things that it gets consumed from this world. Hence, with this illusion, there is a desire. And this desire is because of the separation. If there is no separation, there is no desire. The sage is helping us to see the transactions that we do with the world. Why do we do the transactions? Because we think that it is separate, that I get something from this. So I go to get it. This is a very good opportunity for us to inquire on the transactions and see the source of all this. When there is no transaction, there is no separation. When there is no separation, there is no ego. Now the ego will have a problem in removing this separation. Because if this separation is gone, then ego is not there. And the ego doesn't want this to happen, though it actually doesn't have existence of its own. So it needs this separation. It tries hard to keep this difference. The illusion is, I can get something from this world which is not within me. Or on the contrary, it's like I have something, I have achieved something, and the world is trying to take it away from me, so I need to protect it. In both of this, there is separation. This separation itself is suffering. I am incomplete and the world will complete me is an illusion. By being a slave of desire, you will not be complete. Everything is one. There is no outside, there is no inside. So, with this, there is no protection or security needed. Even if the pot breaks, there is no worry. It was and will always be complete, and no one can take away anything. When we see these terms like protection, security, it is connected to the importance that we give to the things in the world. This is very much connected to the examples that we discussed in verse 2, and it needs enquiry. The mind will take us to certain things which we give importance when we talk about the security and protection. Enquire and see a connection between all of this. We have discussed this many a times. We need to see all of these verses like an experiment. You can find the playlist link in the description where you can find all the verses and see the connection between all of them. How the sage is trying to break all the barriers of the mind and helping us to see the truth, to connect to our source, which always is existing. The sage is saying, so also the eternal and all-pervading consciousness is immanent in all beings and objects. Eternal meaning there is no limitation. And difference is there when there is one which ends and the other which starts. Correct? But the sage is saying one which ends is the one which gets started. There's no difference at all in this. The start and end are all illusions. So don't give so much meaning and importance to all this. These are all illusions, my dear ones. And when will we get to know this? When you understand that there is no difference. And how do we understand that there is no difference? By inquiring who I am. And the all-pervading consciousness is immanent in all beings and objects.